Hello and welcome to our final day of our Let's Start Lettering series. If you've missed previous videos, make sure you go back and check those out and then come back to this one. Alright, let's grab our tracing paper and get started with our loops. The first thing I want to mention with this one is that most people make the mistake of starting this stroke at the bottom and then coming back around. So they will go like this and then come back around. That's actually backwards. If you start at the bottom, then this is a thin stroke and then this would be a thick stroke, which looks completely different from the example. Or even if you try to mimic the example and still go backwards, like you go thick up and then thin down, you would actually be messing up your tips by pushing on the pen and going up. That's why our upstrokes are always thin. So for this one, here you start actually at the middle, go thin up, and then you press down. Again, you go thin up, then come back around and transition into your downstroke. And remember, the slower you go, the better the transition will be. Thin up, go back around, thick down. And just like the overturn, here around here is where you start applying pressure to transition into your downstroke. If you're practicing with a regular pen or pencil, then thickening the downstroke is similar to the underturn or the overturn. So you start right here in the same place, come around slowly, and then in the place of transition is where you'll start thickening your downstroke. Like I said, you can either fill it in or leave it blank. Again, you go around slowly, come over slowly, and then in the place of transition, you'll start thickening the downstroke. Again, start in the middle, go around, and then you start thickening the downstroke. Awesome! Now for our last stroke. For this, we'll be flipping the ascending loop upside down. So for this one, we'll start with the thick stroke and then loop back around and connect it in the middle. You start going thick down, start letting off pressure, come back up. Thick down, thin up. And again, you're gonna start with pressure coming down, slowly transition into your upstroke, right about here. Thick down, let off pressure, come back up. Now let's practice with the regular pen. Same as we've been doing. You go down slowly, and then at the point of the transition, that's where you start thickening the downstroke. Go around, and then thicken the downstroke. And like I said, it's personal preference. If you want to add the thickness to the inside or the outside, do what comes naturally to you. It makes and what makes sense. So let's do it one more time. Start at the top, come back around, and then we thicken the downstroke. And that's it for this class. You have now learned every basic strokes. And do you remember that question at the beginning when I said, what do these squiggles have to do with anything? Well, the truth is that all of these strokes turn into letters. Calligraphy is not like cursive or regular handwriting. We don't write, we draw letters. And depending on which letters you want to draw, you'll use a combination of these strokes to achieve it. For example, if you want to draw the letter A, you would first draw an upstroke, Then you would do an oval, and then an underturn. And for example, if you want to do an M, you would do an overturn, then another overturn, and then a compound curve. Always keeping in mind to keeping the lines parallel, and so on. So I hope you enjoyed this class. Please stay tuned for more content in the future, and I'll be putting together more worksheets so we can work through the alphabet together. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon.